So hello guys, welcome to the chapter 5 of functional area of international business, where we will talk about functional area of international business, global production and operation management, global production and manufacturing, outsourcing, benefits and challenges, logistics, managing global supply chain, total quality management, quality circle, Six Sigma, and inventory management. Just in time, JIT, foreign trade zone, FTZ, transportation management, global marketing or marketing strategy, product strategy, global branding, new product development, pricing and strategy, global factors affecting the international pricing. So global production and operations management, so function that concern with the transformation of the material resources inputs into outputs, where the operations or the production management has increased its role as globally need to formulate the strategy of the mass production, blending with the concept of total quality of management, the effective utilization of the resources, making it cost effective manner, satisfying increasing demand of the customer through qualitative and quantitative needs. The firm need to make the production and logistics more efficient. The firm helps to improve the firm's competitive advantage position, which is possibly by lowering the cost of value creation and performing the value creation activities. So there are three issues to be concerned: where to produce, what to produce, and by how to coordinate globally. And next three components of global production and operations management are global production and manufacturing, global sourcing and logistics, and supply chain management. So global production and manufacturing. So basically it is concerned with where to produce while choosing the location of the production. The firm choose particular country cause of location specific advantage of the country, entering in market through FDI and other important entry strategy, using the virtual manufacturing strategy to subcontract the manufacturing to the other firm in foreign country. For example, Nike don't manufacture, they subcontract to the company in the world. Managers should consider the following things as country factor, technological factor, and product factor. Now, talking about the country factor, it influences the factor cost, political economy, national culture on the production cost. It allows the presence of the location externalities. Next, we have technological factor, where it includes the fixed cost of setting up the production facility, minimum efficient scale of the production, and available manufacturing technology for customization. And next we have product factor, where it consists of right to value ratio of the product, where the products serve as universal needs. Next, global manufacturing strategy depend on the four key factors, where it is compatibility, efficiency, cost, quality, flexibility and innovation. Configuration, which is concerned with centralized manufacturing facility at a specific area, and multi-domestic facility. Next, there is coordination, where there is linking and integration facility, control and ensure the manager to implement the strategy as planned. Outsourcing, it is the function to outsource a firm's production and operation activities from a foreign country. IP manager build and manage the suppliers network, and they will have globally source of producing the input. The company may make component domestically or buy from the foreign independent suppliers, which provide greater flexibility for vertical integration, but designed to win more orders for the firm or country by posing a subcontract. So benefits of outsourcing is that it is cost efficient, as there is advantage of large gap between the advanced economy and emerging market. High tech products are produced as they get the product components based on better technology. Next, there is better quality product as they specialized in given product, and better delivery service. They maintain timetable delivery of the ordered component. Now, risk and challenges of outsourcing is that cost lower than the expected cost saving. Environmental factor, there is currency fluctuation, tariff cost, energy cost. Weak legal environment, for example in China, India and Nepal, there is weak IPR laws. Inadequate or low skilled labor, risk of creating competitors. Logistics, the part of supply chain that process the plan. It is a part of supply chain process that plans, implements, control efficient and effective flow of and storage of goods and services, and related information from the point of origin to the point of consumption to meet the customer needs. It covers the overall activity that moves material from that moves material to the production facility like factory through production process and distribution system to the user, physically moves goods through supply chain. It incorporates information transfer, transportation, inventory and material handling. IB manager reduce moving and storage cost by using JIT. So managing the global supply chain. A company supply chain involves the coordination of the material information fund from the initial raw material supplies to the ultimate consumer, the management of the value added process from the supplier to the customer. The global supply chain refers to the firm's integrated network of sourcing, production, distribution organization on the world scale and the location in the country where the competitive advantage can be maximized. Now we have value chain is the collection of the activities that intend to design, produce, market and deliver supports of goods and services. Supply chain is the collection of logistics specialists and activities that provides input to the manufacturer and retailer. The supply chain management involves the series of value adding activities that connect a company's supply side, and supply chain management differs from material management. Material management focuses on transport and storage of the material and final goods, where the supply chain management extends beyond that. It includes the management of suppliers and customer relation. Now supply chain management strategy, it includes the following elements like customer service requirement, inventory management, business process, information system, performance goal. Now total quality management, it is the process that aims in eliminating all the defects in the production. It stresses on three principles, that is customer satisfaction, employee involvement and continuous improvement in quality. Now we have quality circle, very small work groups that meet periodically to discuss the ways to improve their functional areas and product quality continuously. Now Six Sigma, so statistically it is based on the philosophy that aims to reduce the defect, boost the productivity, eliminate waste, reduce the cost throughout a company. Production should be so much accurate that there must be only 3.4 defects in a million units. Next is inventory management. It focuses on the transportation and storage of the material final goods so that production efficiency and productivity can be achieved without affecting flow of production. Then we have JIT, just in time, where sourcing the raw material and other parts just as they are needed in the manufacturing process. This system gets the raw material, parts and components in the organization. Just in time is used for without spending much on inventory. Now we have foreign trade zone, FTZ, where special location are restoring domestic and imported inventory, avoiding the paying duties until the inventory is used for the production or the sold. Same thing is with the export processing zone, EPZ, to boost the competitiveness in the international trade. Next we have transport management, where it is related to managing and building the transportation network for the global operation of the business. Transportation linked together with the suppliers and the manufacturing companies. Then to the customers, it involves decision on selecting the most suitable and efficient means of transportation. International trade takes place by air, roadways and road. Concept of global marketing. So multinational process of planning and executing conception, pricing, promotion and distribution of ideas, goods and services to create exchanges that satisfy individual and organizational goals. It is the performance of a business activity that directs the flow of company goods and services to the customer and users in more nation. The global marketing is the marketing process of focusing the resources and objectives of a company on a global marketing opportunity. It consists of 4 areas: product strategy, pricing strategy, promotion and marketing communication strategy and distribution strategy. Now global marketing strategy, plan of action that the firm develops for the foreign market that guides decision making based on how to position itself and its offerings, which customer segment to target, to what degree, standardized program element. Its subcomponents includes adaptation and standardization. So adaptation, the strategy in which the firm modifies one or more element of its global marketing program to accommodate the specific customer requirement in a particular foreign market. Standardization, it is the strategy that makes program element uniform with the same product or service in different target market, even in the global marketplace. It is the remarkable for three outcomes: cost reduction, improved planning and controlling, ability to develop consistent image and build global brand. Now product strategy, a product global branding. So talking about product, a firm's offering that satisfy a customer in a socially acceptable way, which consists of physical goods and services, idea and information, events and IPRs. So consideration in product strategy and planning involves branding, packaging, labeling, warranty, country of origin and IPCL, international product life cycle. Now we have global branding. So brand that reach the world mega market and perceived as same brand by the consumer and internal constituents. It is increased effectiveness of marketing strategy of the firm that allows to charge higher prices and deal with more effectively in marketing with and competitors. It provides sense of trust and confidence in purchasing decision. Now new product development, it is to develop a new product for a new foreign market. There is variation on product adaptation strategy. Adaptation policy makes modification on existing product line. New product development policy involves developing noticeably different product. New product development process involves idea generation, idea screening, concept of development, market strategic development, business analysis, product development and testing market and commercialization. Now why product innovation is essential? So innovative product carry export potential, and marketers facing the decline sales can find another foreign market for international product life cycle. Innovative product improves staying power in the market. Now pricing and strategy, fair price is either high or low as it reflects the perceived value of the product. Too much price discourages the buyers, too low price incur loss to marketing firms. So further it includes price discrimination strategy and pricing strategy. So price discrimination, consumer in the different country are charged different prices for the same product and services. The strategy is to maximize their profit. It is effective in the national market where there is price elasticity of the demand. Now price escalation, it is challenge for exporters in pricing because it raises the price for the end user customer to very high level in the export market. Next we have GRAT market activity, where pricing variation leads to gray market activity. It is the legal importation of the genuine product into the country by intermediaries other than authorized distributors. Now it is also known as parallel import. Now pricing strategy, a firm uses pricing strategy as a strategy to survive and win the competition. Price strategy includes standardization pricing and local pricing, where the international firm uses standardized price in the foreign market in which the same product is charged for the all product in the foreign market. Next there is local pricing, where different prices are charged in different markets reflecting the differences in the factor like consumer purchase power, distribution and tax system. Now cost based pricing, the price of the product depend in the cost structure measured in the terms of fixed, variable cost, profit, tariff. It involves in the production, manufacturing and distribution. Next we have aggressive export pricing, where aggressive export pricing is one adopted to gain the market share or to remain competitive in the international market. So for example, dynamic incremental pricing, it assumes that it will have certain fixed cost whether or not it exports its product to other country overseas. Now we have penetration or skimming pricing. Penetration pricing means policy in which the product is first priced below the price of the competitor product so that it can quickly penetrate in the market, then raise its target level. Next we have skimming pricing, where it has the policy priced above the competitors when the product competition is minimal and firms can quickly recover its investment. So transfer pricing is usually concerned with the pricing of the product for the intra-corporate or within the organization or sales. So policy is used in intra-firm sales for the commercial transaction between two units of the same MNC. For example, Dabur Nepal produce 1000 units of work in progress goods and sell them in Dabur India finished goods. Pricing applied there in would be transfer pricing. So factors affecting the international pricing: cost of production, where the production cost incurred to produce a product would determine the price. Exchange rate. Foreign exchange rate is a critical issue in the international marketing, but it has no impact in the domestic marketing. The market share and the nature of the product. Next we have market share and the nature of product, where company with a bigger market share enjoy the price flexibility. The market share can be bought with a lower pricing. Next we have tariff and distribution cost, where the product cost higher in the host country due to tariff and the foreign country distribution cost. Next we have promotional cost. If a country spends more money in advertising in foreign market, it would see an increase in promotional cost. Next we have cultural factor. So South Asia country have a strong bargaining culture when it comes to the price of the product. So thank you, that's the end of the part 1 of the chapter 5. So functions of international business. So make sure you like, comment and subscribe. You guys are amazing. Keep reading.